location.
Oh shit, we got a weather alert around my current location, says my car. And if it knows that, then it knows where I am. And that information can probably be accessed by somebody else some way, somehow. I would imagine people still go missing. Kids, grown-ass people be going missing sometimes. It's weird how they can, like, they find what they want to find. They protect what they want to protect. I don't know how they can censor me so well, censor other people like Zachary K. Hubbard, for example. Y'all go subscribe to Zachary K. Hubbard's Gematria channel, Gematria Effect News 25, and Gematria Effect Sports. Also check out Daria, the Gematria Nerd, on YouTube. She doing some Gematria decoding. Also, Amy's doing some Gematria decoding and Crack Their Code. Go check all of them channels out if you're interested in Gematria. I'm telling you, it's one of those things that I don't know how to plead to you anymore with my heart, that I mean this shit from the bottom of my heart, that if you give Gematria a listen, a sincere listen, to understand what it is and how the English language being coded has is one of those things that if you understand it and you apply the knowledge to the world today and in history, you can go back shit as far. Where did Gematria come from? When was this English language conceived? And by who? When you find these things out and you apply this understanding, you'll realize that the application of this shit is telling a very spooky story right here in front of you, because politics, celebrity deaths, sports games, they're all rigged. All of this shit is right here in front of you, looking right at you, and you can actually check on the surface to see hints and clues that you need to look into this. For example, P. Diddy said something very cryptic about how he realized that the top 5 rappers seem to have this mysterious number pattern or rhythm between them that he believed was locking them into where it was that they was at in their careers, or some shit like that. He didn't say it exactly like that, but I'm gonna show y'all this video sometimes in the upcoming video, and I'm gonna put the clip in the video, and y'all gonna see it's him, it's cryptic shit like Mike Tyson saying, hey man, don't praise me, y'all just don't know, blah blah blah. He took a picture with a jacket early on in his career, some shit like that, taking pictures and all type of shit. It's all weird. Like, he does this over and over again, where he says that how he feels a bit depressed, he feels outside of himself sometimes when he thinks about and reflects on his career, that he don't believe that was even really him. Sometimes he forgets, and blah blah blah. He's saying all of this cryptic shit where he's trying to divorce himself from the guilt that he has, that as amazing of a fighter as he was, that there was something else going on. And these Mike Tyson fights were rigged. That Holyfield biting his ear shit, rigged, staged, not even fucking real. All this shit, man. Everything from Kobe Bryant's death to Michael Jordan winning the championships in the times that he won them. Every single championship that Michael Jordan won is attached to this numerical pattern in the teams that he played and where they was playing, and team stats between him and all of this shit is weird, because if you look at Gematria, what you're going to find is you're going to notice a pattern that's just undeniable. It is a pattern. You can say that the pattern doesn't mean anything, but there is going to be a repetitious, damn near predictable in a lot of cases, these things that are going to happen. So after you realize that the English language is coded with this number system, very much like Roman numerals, you're going to realize that not only are you recognizing something that's a pattern that seems to be repetitious and predictable, you're going to realize that if it keeps on doing what it is that it appears to be doing, after a while, you're going to get tired of watching that shit and calling it coincidence. And it's way too many of them. Just ask yourself, how many times do you need to see this before you stop calling it a coincidence? Write the number on a piece of paper. Subscribe to Zachary K. Hubbard's channel, Gematria Effect 25 or Gematria Effect Sports. If you're a sportsman and you want to bet on sports, the shit is going to open your mind to something. When you crack the code and you see that these games are rigged and predictable, you're going to start running through some money on them. Real shit. And I don't follow sports enough to care enough to dive into it, and I kind of wish I did, and I should probably wrap my mind around this shit and go for that and buy some guns with the fucking winnings. That's what I should be doing, actually. Helping funding my own movement with some of this shit. But when you do that, man, I'm telling you, The number you write down on a paper is going to tell you that if once you cross that threshold, you're going to get tired of seeing the 100th coincidence of these number patterns pointing right to a hidden narrative beneath the surface that is just as coherent and in many cases more so coherent and cohesive than the surface level story, period. Kobe's death makes absolutely no sense on the surface, period. If you look into the gematria shit, you will realize that there's a story underneath that shit that's way spookier than that surface level shit, and it is just as legit because of where the information is coming from and how repetitious it is. How many times you want to hear this before you go, man, fuck that shit. You gotta know you're not gonna keep on doing this to me with these celebrity deaths and these fucking numbers and these rigged sports before I go, somebody doing that, bruh. Somebody doing that. It ain't gonna keep doing it like that. Organically. Get the fuck out of here. Learn gematria, you bugging. But what I really want to talk about, speaking of gematria and all the haters and all that shit, all of the what you call it, the censorship around gematria and around my shit too. Speaking of that, let's segue into what I want to talk to y'all about right now. This idea of the hater to my shit. I've been bumping to some haters lately, and I think it's because I'm getting a little bit more traction through some of my shit. I've been doing YouTube shorts and shit, and when I do these YouTube shorts, I get way more traffic to my channel than with my uploaded videos. I got shorts that I've uploaded in the past like week or so that get thousands of views. I can't get thousands of views when I'm on the fucking streets with a loaded gun talking my shit. 2 loaded guns and a bulletproof vest. For you haters, fuck y'all, you some pussies, and you think that I'm acting too tough and I'm doing some shit that you should not be doing or would not be doing as a real man. What it is that you're a beta male and you scared to do that shit, or you don't got the ability to, and you hate to see the reflection of me through your phone reflecting the fact that you are a bitch because you cannot understand, can't get down, don't even know what the fuck is going on. That's just my conclusion to all the haterism, bro. Y'all some bitches. Ain't no fucking way in hell you take a glance at me and you go, there goes a man that's less of a man than other men. There goes a man that I could never model myself by. Who the fuck is he? He is actually fucking dangerous and harmful to the idea of manhood. How the fuck would anybody represent manhood in that way? This nigga's a bitch. And anybody who can talk to me like that, come say it to me first of all. You ain't gonna do that. But man to man, if you think that you the man, I'm gonna need some serious, thorough explanations, man, about what you're doing in your life that's more indicative of manhood than what the fuck it is that I'm ever talking about. And this haterism only comes on the surface when people just brush past who the fuck I am or what I got going on, make a snap decision about what the fuck it is they think they see, and then they harp on the worst of what it is that they think they see in me, and even then, they're wrong, off the mark, not even identifying the shit right. It's ridiculous, actually. It's frustrating because, not because I can let a motherfucker get so far under my skin, some random guy on the internet, that somehow I am disturbed. What it is that I am, my feelings are a bit hurt for humanity. I'm a little bit embarrassed for humanity because it makes absolutely no sense at all for anybody, any man who understands the world, to see another man stand up with doing things that obviously take courage. I talk all the time about how, like, I don't feel like nothing when I'm doing my open carry demos. I don't feel like shit. I don't feel like nothing at all. I feel the same way I do like when I get out of my car to pump my gas. I don't be thinking about nothing. I don't be worried about shit. I don't be concerned. I don't be nervous. There's almost, I put the guns on and almost forget that I have them. Like, what you guys would expect on the surface as an outsider to the gun community, that a person would have to act like, feel like, or be in the vibe with when open carrying, when you really locked in, when you really in tune with that shit, the nervousness, the anxiety of being judged or being approached in aggression by anybody, all that shit goes away, bro. I don't be thinking about none of that shit. I don't be giving a fuck. Do you understand me, bro? In my zone, locked in, bro. That's how I be. And motherfuckers don't get that because people don't take their manhood there. And when they do, They tend to think I have to be a law enforcement officer to do this, to act like this, to be like this. Whole time, anytime anybody talks shit to me on some hater shit on the surface about how they feel about seeing a heavily armed man in public, they either don't see because they judge way too fast, or they don't understand or pay no respect to the fact that I have a sign that says Hug an AR owner with me. This is a demonstration. I'm not walking around aggressively, aimlessly, with no point to what I'm doing, just strapped up armed, trying to bait police to me so then I can treat their fucking life about what the fuck it is they got going on in their career. That's not at all what I even set out here to do. The very first thing and the only thing that I set out to do when I started doing it, there was a few things, and none of which has anything to do with antagonizing the police. I don't give a fuck about antagonizing the police. I actually set out here to prove that, number one, I would numb the police in my city. To me, at the very least, that once I make them used to constantly seeing me over and over again, I said this in my early live streams that this is what I was doing. My early live streams on Facebook, when I first started this shit, I started live streaming on Facebook first. I wasn't even fucking with YouTube because it wasn't an attempt to gain popularity through YouTube, to be a YouTuber as my profession or my source of income. I never even approached it like that. That's very recently that I felt like a monetary gain in this would be important, and only when I realized that the 5 fucking years almost that I've been doing this hasn't had enough impact on the world, on the country at the very least, but on the world as much as it should be, because of how important I feel all of this shit is. Then I feel like if I was doing this all the time and I did not have to work, then the shit would go as far as it needs to. And then I went, damn, I have to monetize this shit. It is important to seek and understand the benefits of financial support behind what it is that I got going on. When I realized that it wasn't going anywhere, not far enough, not fast enough, that's when I realized that monetary support for what it is that I'm doing is important. I was trying to be way too humble. I've been doing this for almost 5 years. I very recently, in the past year or so, been thinking, should I be getting or trying to get financial support from people who rock with me so that I can do this all the time and not have to work a fucking 9-to-5 job? That just dawned on me a year ago. So that ain't even been the motivation. The motivation was to numb the police in my area to the idea of people open carrying at all, even a pistol, by me getting out here the way that I am, rifle, pistol, one in the chamber in both of these weapons, a level 4 bulletproof vest, and a sign that says Hug an AR owner. And of course my phone, so I can broadcast the shit to whoever cares to listen. That was the intentions. Another intention was to prove that even though police can be racist, even though law enforcement is fucking full of shit, even though I believe it is a gateway for the most racist, psychotic, aggressive, bullshitting, egotistical, pussified motherfuckers who are just trying to get that get back from feeling like less of a man in high school, being bullied, being treated like shit by women, coming back with your PTSD from overseas so you can be law enforcement back home, so you can treat the people of the country that you claim that you fought for rights about as if they are beneath you because you are law enforcement. Yeah, fuck all of that flip-flop bullshit when you go over there and come back acting like that. Who the fuck do you think you are? This is the type of shit that I'm talking about that's undeniable if you just describe to yourself what the fuck it is you're dealing with and then hold a consistent definition and honest observation about what it is that we're talking about. And this is what we're talking about. Motherfuckers who are at the highest risk of PTSD that we can imagine in society, military service will do that to you. Are we going to lie and play fucking games? Where are the highest levels of suicide? What group or identifiable group of people can be closely linked to the suicide rate in a country that has a suicide problem when 65% of our gun deaths are suicides? Who are these people? Huh? Motherfuckers don't want to be real. This is what I'm talking about these fucking haters. You got to go deep, deep to understand me. I think you got to go deep to like me, to really know that you like me, that you rock with me. And you got to go real deep to hate me too. You can't like me or hate me on the surface. If you do that, you bullshitting. If you like me on the surface, you bullshitting. If you like me on the surface, that's cool. You're going to love me if you look further. Don't like me from a distance and then move on and not sub. That's whack. You're crazy. You cannot pass me, like me, and not hit the subscribe button. I think that's crazy. You have to know that there's something that you realize that you like or that you value is not going to get the push that it deserves because you stopped by, liked it, and then did nothing. It's a like button. It's super easy. It's actually easier to hit the like button once you have stumbled upon my video. It's just as easy to hit the like button as it is to click on the video to watch it. It's the same motion. It's the same thing. Doesn't happen as often. I get 300 views on a video. If I can't get 300 likes, there's a problem. If I can't get 200 likes and 100 people with a thumbs down in the comments going, this is the problem that I think that I have with you, and I kind of wish that you wasn't doing this, and I got a fucking good heartfelt reason that I might be able to describe to you that'll fuck with your head a little bit. Trey's going to make you second guess what you got going on, man. Come to the side where the light is at, bro. You're on the dark side with the bullshit. The gun shit is bullshit, Trey. Why ain't gun haters doing this? Because it's all ego, because it's got nothing to do with them recognizing something wrong what I'm doing. They don't like it because it's not them and it can't be them. That's what all this shit is. That's what all of it is with the haterism. It's ridiculous, bro. You have to know exactly who I am to say that I'm a guy you can't rock with. I'm talking to a guy on Instagram, and this motherfucker called me a little bitch. Actually, he called me a little bitch. It's funny to me because I'm not a tough guy. I'm really not. I'm not a tough guy per se. To invite physical troubles into my life, never been like that. To ignite physical troubles between me and somebody else, I've never been like that. Especially if I can tell that the conflict between me and them has already been won, either through my words or through this other person's actions of submission by any means, however that plays off. I've never been one to even force a fight. That's for damn sure. I always try to avoid the fight. I'm just not that tough guy like that. In regards to standing up for myself verbally when I am verbally attacked, I would do that happily. In regards to standing up to myself physically when I did not start the fight, I would definitely do that. I reserve all of the energy and the propensity for violence that we all walk in. I reserve that for defense. But the feeling is so strong that if I have to defend myself, I would have to worry about overdoing the defense. If there was a home invasion or an attempt on my life that I had to legit use my firearm to do it, I would have a hard time not unloading the entire fucking gun in the midst of doing that. I don't care how successful the attempt to defend myself is from the start. I would almost want to stop the threat and then punish them further for even trying by mag dumping on the fucking target, is what I be feeling like. But I know that I have self-control enough not to do that, but all of my aggression for the violence is always, I will reserve myself, and if you give me a good reason, I will smile, and then I'll do it. And then I'll do it bad, kind of a thing. That's just me. I don't, anybody who would hate on me, who doesn't give me an opportunity to say these things, they don't know who it is that they're calling a little bitch. The best father that I think that I've ever seen. No hate on other fathers that I know. I think that I've been through enough in my fatherhood, and I've proven myself in my heart and in my action towards all of my kids, especially my oldest one, who is 19 years old, who fighting for custody of him has done a tremendous transformation job on my entire life, from the start of that battle all the way up until right now, when I am witnessing the manifestations of personality traits and perspectives on the world that my son has after me and him went through this big old custody battle with his crazy mother and her bullshit boyfriend, baby daddy, who she's got 4 kids with, this fucking no good deadbeat asshole, and serves her right. I don't believe in karma per se, but I do believe in the law of attraction, and she attracted that shit to that shit to her. She attracted it to herself by being a psycho bitch to me when I was just trying to be a good father. Then I end up winning the battle when my son was the biggest judge of the situation and chose for himself who he thought the good guy was and where he wanted to be. And then he came to live with me when he was younger, and I've had him since. It's things like that when you call somebody a bitch, when you call a stranger a bitch, you have no idea what it is that you're talking about or who you're talking to. Had he known my story about especially if he's a father himself, had he known my story about what I've gone through with my son, he would go, "Oh, bro, you're not a bitch, you're a hero. You fought through and were successful in things that guys killed themselves over." Actually, some guys spaz out, kill the kid that they claim to be loving and trying to fight for. Then they kill the motherfucking mother too, because fuck that bitch. And then they kill themselves when going through the shit that I went through gracefully. I ain't hurt nobody. Stood tall for my son, stayed in the fight. Gave $7 grand to a lawyer that did absolutely nothing to me because they were just siphoning money from me because family courts do that. Searching out some remedy to get me out of my shit when I was in the midst of this family court led me down the rabbit hole to the fact that the birth certificate is a contract with the government that gives them some legit legal say-so over your conduct and your responsibilities for your own natural child. They hijack that with the birth certificate, and that's their gateway in, and then no one really realizes it. That's why they act so diligently and with arrogance to intervene in your life with your child and separate you from your fucking child before they even know the whole story. I was taking the short end of the stick when this bitch was the one potentially abusing my son. Her and her boyfriend were potentially abused. We never proved anything. And my son never said that anything actually happened, but there was a great potential to, and I was checking in on that, and the man was bad, and the state of Illinois knew that, and she was lying, and I had recorded phone conversations, and I could have squashed that shit, and they siphoned money out of me when we could have ruined her fucking life and put my son in my custody where he would have been safe on day one of those fucking court days without having to go through $7 grand and him telling me I need 3 more grand because he already said it in his mind that he wanted 10 grand for me to get this job done. I could have represented myself and ended this case day one. When I woke up to all of that and having to live all of this shit, and it woke me up to everything that I am right now, that was the spark. That's when I stopped giving government faith. That's when I realized that they were the bad guys, that they were using the system either carelessly or with evil intent to siphon money out of people and remove them from their kids, period. That's what they do well in family court. That's what a lot of it is. And when you see them doing something good, or there is an abused child that need to be saved, you think, ooh, they do some good, they save some kids. But them accidentally doing something good by trying to propel their own endeavors in their bullshit, it doesn't soften the fact that they're actually fucking evil and behind a whole lot of child trafficking. Child protective services and the court systems in this country are behind a lot of child trafficking, period. This opened my eyes to all of this. Going through that battle with my firstborn son woke me up to all this shit. So in a way, I'm grateful that I can pull that benefit from this harsh situation, because I was in a dark place, never was suicidal, never even lashed out to hurt anybody else, never even said that I was going to hurt her. I never even fucking threatened her in my worst days that I was going to do something to her or her boyfriend or none of that shit. I never did. I held it down, bro. I am far from a bitch, you bitch ass nigga, whoever the fuck that was. I am far from a bitch, bro. You have no idea. And that's just the spark, the beginning of my whole fucking journey with this shit. I am more of a man, and I hate to toot my own horn, man, but I'm telling you, bro, for the things that I've gone through and the things that I think and see about the world, bro, I think I am handling this shit in the most graceful way I can possibly handle this shit while still maintaining my manhood by saying, fuck the police and I mean it. Fuck the government and I fucking mean it. Home invaders will be fucking shot on sight, man, dumb, no mercy. All of this shit, I mean it. Period. I'm not fucking playing. For a motherfucker to call me a bitch, what I do know is, boy, you doing that shit behind that phone, bro. You would never say that. And not because I'm some tough guy, but because you don't even want to be that rude to a fucking stranger out in fucking public over their political views or what the fuck it is they got to say. You would never even act like that for real, for real. Even if you were not physically scared of me, which you should be if you're talking that shit, you should be scared of me. No cap, bro. I'm not trying to talk tough. I should be scared of a man that I'm picking on, and I don't even got to know who he is or nothing. You point to any man on the street, and then you go, Trey, go pick on him, casually, with no care in the world about what's gonna happen. I'm like, nah, I don't know him. What if he's fucking mean when people act like that to him? What if he turned the fuck up? I don't know. That's not even being a bitch. That's recognizing the power of another fucking man. What an idiot anybody would be to treat a strange man like he must be a bitch and won't do or say nothing to you about nothing. You're crazy. I respect every man that if you push him to that limit, you're gonna find a grizzly bear inside of that man. You can't just do people like that. I know that. So what I do know when applying that in real life, that a guy that'll barely even know who the fuck I am, that'll call a nigga like me a bitch, I know you're doing that behind the phone. Now you're the bitch. Because over manners or for your own fucking self-preservation so you don't get fucked up out here. Either way you want to take it, I know you wouldn't say that shit to me in person. I know you wouldn't. You don't want to be that rude, bro. And you don't want to risk your fucking life for that shit either. Just a total bitch. Off top. I'm totally reading you. And what is it that he called me a bitch for? Because I took some pictures on my Instagram with me in a ski mask and a Joker t-shirt. And he called it cosplay. He said he fought for the rights of this country so people like me can go play cosplay. Because he think I'm playing cosplay. Those pictures and those things are emerging of this revolutionary energy that I have and the fact that I'm an aspiring filmmaker and an artist. The things come together. I don't know what else to do but to use them to charge each other up. I'm an artistic person. This is what I do. But this is the kind of things that either go over his fucking head and he's a weirdo, psycho, dummy, idiot, low IQ, low self-esteem, low testosterone, all that shit. That's what he is suffering from. And you can tell. You can tell how valid my work is when you look at the results of even a small 300 view video and the interactions that I get from the people that rock with me. You can look at that and you can see the value in what it is that I got going on. If some people can see me out on the streets, loaded guns, 2 of them, bulletproof vest, of course I have my sign, I got my phone going. When people see that and they are instantly excited, filled with gratitude right from the start before they even hear me say a fucking word, that is proof that the haterism that will come towards me is really depending on who you are first when you approach me. You choose what it is that you perceive when you see me, and it cannot define what it is that I think that I am doing, what my purpose is. That's up to you to decide that. But it doesn't define what's really happening. You have to hope that your connection with who you are and who I am, that when it meets up, that it aligns with what it is that I'm already saying in the first fucking place. And as soon as it doesn't, and you hating on me, you're the one that's wrong. You are, period. My shit is what the fuck it is that I say it is, and whoever can't dig that is actually in the wrong for misidentifying what the fuck it is that I got going on and who I am. Period. It's too simple. This is logical. This is a logical progression of honest observation, man. I see my kids in everybody. The way I feel about them is the way somebody feels about you. And that's way too simple for me to see that. So right away, I know in my manhood, in my gun ownership, and in my fatherhood, I cannot hurt you for no fucking reason because I want to bully you or take something from you. I cannot do that shit, man. My soul won't let me do that. I'm a bitch. Bro, I don't know a better man than a man that can adopt this principle and completely remove himself from the idea or any actions that initiate force of violence on anybody. And if everybody felt like me, there wouldn't be no police departments nowhere. Not in the physical state that they are. They would look totally different if all of them felt like me. That they refuse to initiate, to be the ignition, to be the ignition or the spark to a conflict that could potentially be violent. Who wants to be the one that started that? That start cooking that up? Restraint is awesome. It's so much of who I am. I've always been that way, actually. I've always been that person. You can even ask my mother, she'll tell you. As a child, when being bullied or treated unfairly at all, I tend to put up with that shit or attempt to separate myself. And if she saw me in frustration so much so that I was crying, she knows that I'm crying because I've been pushed to the point that I want to do something now. And I'm in conflict with myself that I still don't want to perform the action of sticking up for myself, especially if I have to do this aggressively. I don't want to do that. I was trying hard not to have this interaction between people. And now I have to. And I feel like they're taking me out of my soul's position to be at peace by putting me in a position where I have to not, where I can't be at peace no more. And it hurt my feelings like, damn, I can't chill right here without this bullshit. Look what y'all got me on, bruh. Look what y'all got me doing, man. And I can see it right now in my adult life. The exact same thing. We are not too far from what we were when we were kids, and I noticed that about myself. Because even now, sometimes, I might even shed a tear or two when I look at the world and how fucked up it is and what it takes to fix it. I go, damn, man. I should be learning foreign languages, teaching them to my kids, painting a self-portrait in the middle of a fucking meadow someplace, getting good sleep, a good 8-10 hours with no worry. These are all the things that I wish that I was doing with my life, and I can't, because I think that if I do that, I won't get too far into the self-portrait before there'll be planes flying overhead, bombs dropping, people parachuting in, the lights are out, the money is fucked up, foreign countries are invading, technology is being used to enslave the world instead of saving it. I believe all of that shit will happen while I'm in the middle of a field painting a self-portrait, and I will never finish the picture. I'll never get done. It will be an unfinished project. And I'm thinking, if I want to finish this self-portrait, which I use as a metaphor for me trying to find myself spiritually, which we all should be here doing. We should be unmolested and undisturbed while doing that. The level of disturbance to the idea of pondering your existence here on earth should be so low that everybody does feel peaceful. And when it's not low enough for everybody to find that peace, I go, I'll come back to the painting later. Where's my fucking gun? Everybody shut the fuck up. I want to do that so I can get back to the painting. I know I can't finish this painting if I ignore the fact that the planes are coming, that there's boots on the ground someplace. So I'm that person that I can't lock myself in so far into the peace that I think I want, so I can just go be introspective and find peace in myself and go somewhere and do yoga and meditate and forget that the fucking world is on fire. I won't do that. You do that shit. I'll cover you from the rooftop. Somebody has to do that, and I know it. I know that shit, bruh. So I'll do it. But I'm the bitch, though. Fuck you, pussy. Fuck out of my life, nigga. You have no idea who the fuck you're talking to. You would love me if you shut the fuck up and listen for a minute. This shit is dumb, bruh. And I take great offense to that because he is not just him. He is a fucking reflection of what a lot of people in this country, no matter how patriotic they claim to be. I don't give a fuck if they've been in the service or not. Some people will be so blinded, so ignorant to everything that I have going on, that they'll never give me the time of day to even realize that they should love me, actually. It's sad. It's the reason why the movement won't budge. It's the reason why people don't know gematria. It's the reason why people will not arm themselves. It's going to be the reason why the United Nations, Council on Foreign Relations, World Economic Forum, the Bilderberg, all of these motherfuckers that are in cahoots that are constantly calling themselves something, that even in the name of who they call themselves, it is telling you that they have intentions on governing the entire world. The Council on Foreign Relations? Why was I not invited? Y'all didn't ask me nothing. And people say, oh, you need certain credentials and blah, blah, blah. That's an elite group of people. And about, oh, yeah, elite group of people. What is it that they have planned for you? And how do they feel about your life? How do I feel about your life? You know how I feel about your life. I see my kids in you, bro. I see the baby you when I talk to you. Yep. Because you that baby to somebody, I know you are. You will always be that baby to somebody. This is how the world works. I understand the relationship between my mother and my father. I just reconnected with him after fucking 35 years of not even seeing his face or hearing his voice. But the way they feel about me, I know what's in their heart, bro. I expect that between in every child-parent relationship. And when I see that, then I go, I can't disturb that. I'm living it. I got kids. I got parents. I cannot disturb the parent-child relationship by me being the one who started a fight that did not need to happened that ended and the end result is somebody lost their life. I'm not doing that to nobody, bro. I cannot do it. I can't do it. I hear my mother crying, bruh, begging for me not to do this to you. Because of what it's going to do to your life and your mother and my life and her life. I hear my mother crying, bro. I cannot bring myself to hurt nobody. Not for nothing. I'd have to be damn sure that that's what you were trying to do to me or somebody else. That you were trying to go there. And at that point, I hear my mom saying, stop him, save him. My mom is my little angel on my shoulder, bro. Anything I think that will make her cry, I can't do it. Anything that will make her proud, I'm going to do that shit. And I think she'd be proud just like she was when she sees me as a child reach that boiling point where I've been trying to exhibit some restraint, some control, some care, some desire to avoid a physical conflict. When she sees me doing that, and then it boils over, and then I freak out, and then she goes, look at you. You did both things, my son. You exercise restraint. You do not want to do this. But when they make you, you go. Deflecting the fight, sticking up for yourself. Everything is here. She's proud. Whatever's going to make her proud is what I'm going to do. I can't break her heart to prove a point to you. Or to take something from you. Can't do it. I'm a bitch though, right? People crazy, bro. People crazy. And that's going to be the bottom line disposition to every hater who ever has anything to say to me. They're going to not know me, be missing out on a great person, really. A great friend, really. I'm a great friend to anybody that's a friend to me. Like, self-sacrificing. Like, to a fault. Sometimes I got to ask myself, am I being played, or am I just a good person who's got a high fucking threshold for the fact that people are fucking stupid? I don't know. I cannot tell. If I'm just too nice to people that sometimes don't even deserve it. I wait on my kids hand and foot. Almost to a fault. I don't want to coddle them, and I don't think that I am. Because when it's time for discipline and that little bit of aggression to keep kids in line, to keep them safe, to keep them on the path to developing their mind, playing nice with each other, respecting each other's space, respecting their own property, their own stuff. Don't be self-destructive to your own shit. Throwing toys down the stairs, shit like that. Don't do that. You like that toy. You almost broke it. Are you insane, child? This kind of shit, I do get on them. But when it's time for love and care and catering to my kids, I try to do that because I know the world is just going to hate them later. The world is going to attack them later. So I go, man, get comfortable. Because you growing up. When you grow up, I'm not going to be there all the time. Everybody not going to love you. Live it up. Because you're going to have to fight for your fucking life. I do that for my kids. I'm just a giving person, man. Far from a bitch. Can't be played or bullied. I'll love you until you make me hate you. I love all your flaws. I come into relationships with people thinking, man, you gonna do this and this and that because people fucking flawed. Ain't nobody perfect. You don't even know yourself. You're gonna offend me. You're actually going to offend me probably bad at some point in this relationship. I already know it and I've already accepted it. It shouldn't be damage to the relationship how far you want to take it. I want to forgive and cut slack because who the fuck is perfect? You gonna interact with me perfectly? With no conflict ever? No, you not. I already know that. I've already accepted that. So I don't break up friendships or fucking ties with family members over small disputes. Other people do. Other people in my family doing that shit right now. Straight up drawing a line between you and somebody you're supposed to love. For what? Over some dumb shit. That would actually go away if the both of you would shut the fuck up and let go of the ego. Where the love at? Think about the loving part of this person. And then ask yourself, is it worth it to divorce all of that over the direct comparison? You asshole. Y'all got this little conflict, but then y'all got this much history and love between each other. One of them is heavier than the other. And if you latch on to the negativity without weighing it against the good shit to realize that this negativity don't even fucking weigh up, you're going to throw away a fucking relationship with a fucking family member that you're going to cry at their funeral and wish that you would not have done that in that way like that because now it's too late. You're going to walk right into that when we see that happening all over the world. We hear stories and we see shit all the time with people doing that shit. Then we go, oh, that's sad. And then you do it. Stop it. And anybody in my family that would ever watch this, you know who I'm talking to. Stop that shit, man. Y'all bogus. Y'all whack, and y'all need to stop that shit. But me being a bitch though, bro, I do a good job of asking I try to do a good job of asking myself, what kind of man sounds good on paper? What kind of man could walk through his life and look back and go, who can blame me for what I ain't do nothing wrong to none of y'all, bro? Doing this relationship for all of y'all, bruh. That's the kind of man I try to be, so I can look back and say that. My ex-girlfriend I got a kid with, I take care of her almost too much, financially, emotionally, and all of that. Because she needs help sometimes, and I had a kid with her. So to me, in my mind, I'm thinking, not only could I afford this time, money, and attention to be a friend, I also would love it to show my son, when he grows up, to understand the relationship between me and his mother, that I didn't have to be with her to care about her, and I never stood back and watched her suffer about nothing. I want my son to see that and go, damn, man, niggas that have babies and live in the same town and not see their child. I am damn near taking care of my ex-girl like she's mine. Damn near. Because I cannot watch her suffer, and I want my son to see that. I want him to know that. That's the kind of guy I was. That shit is important to me, man. I'm a bitch. Boy, shut your stupid ass up. That's that internet bullshit, bro. It's the internet bullshit. But like I said, it's a reflection of what every hater that would derail my movement, that would oppose my movement. This is what they all are going to be consisting of. Low testosterone, low self-esteem. I bet you they don't got no guns either. I couldn't imagine a grown-ass man that has guns, that recognize them, that spends his hard-earned money and time trying to get proficient with a firearm, buying them, holding them for defensive purposes, because he knows that he would use it for defense. Even if he's a hunter, he know he would shoot at another man that was shooting at him with that same gun that he will prefer to use for hunting. So what? You'll use it for defense. Anybody who owns a gun has recognized the power of defense in owning that gun. And anybody who would do that, I don't understand how you would buy that, engulf yourself in that kind of frame of mind, see me and think that I'm crazy, stupid, bad for the gun culture. Like I'm all wrong for this country. Like I don't fit in at all. Like I'm actually kind of weird, sabotaging something, actually. That's me? You know that's not me. If you own a gun, you know that's not me. We got 100 and some million gun owners that can be identified, that they fucking filed a fucking background check on paper with the government. Over 100 million people have done that. That actively have guns right now. I can't get 5 million of y'all to hear my shit and go, this nigga cool as fuck. This nigga spitting. This that boy. What the fuck? Bro, you need $1 a month for you to do this? I give you $1. I can't get 5 million of y'all to do that? Yes, I can, but the problem, nobody's going to see me. The shadow banning and the bullshit. Nobody likes to share the videos, even when they fucking like the video. Even when they know somebody, they will also love my video or fucking think that I'm stupid. Nobody shares it. So then it goes nowhere. So I'm going to ask y'all to like and share the fucking videos. If you don't like me, like it with somebody else that also doesn't like me and talk shit, laugh at me. Throw apples and bananas and oranges at your fucking phone at me. Come out to the corner and do it. How's that? You really don't like me? Come out to the corner and throw an apple. No, you won't. Pussy. But if you do like me, see if ask your cousin if he likes me. Ask your father, hey, what you think about this dude? Try that. Sharing the video is good, man. Liking and commenting on the video is good. Any comment. Just say nice work, man. That's enough. Get that algorithm going. Because the algorithm already don't like me. My YouTube channel is already on the edge. This shit can be deleted by YouTube at any given time. I already got a few strikes. They like striking me. You know what their go-to strike for me is? Claiming that there's a copyrighted material detected. That's their go-to for me. When it comes to Zachary K. Herbert's channel, they always call his shit medical misinformation. That's their go-to for him. He won't even be talking about nothing medical at all. They'll just throw it out there to cancel his shit because that's their go-to for him. So it looked like he's got a problem with doing that. They want to make it look like I got a problem of playing other people's music that don't belong to me in my videos. Untrue. When I do my live streams, you never hear not a fucking note of music. How do I ever lose a live stream for copyrighted material detected? It's weird. Did my voice sound like somebody else shit? Shut the fuck up, YouTube. Y'all are retarded. The shadow ban is going to make sure my shit goes nowhere. Yeah, I got a backup channel, Rare Fruit. I got a backup channel. It's actually RPM TV. Y'all actually go subscribe to that. RPM TV. I need to be doing live streams and uploading videos over there, but it's so hard to because it's bringing me back to them early YouTube days when I was trying to get my shit up. I got 170 some subs over there. I feel like I'm talking to no one, so I don't go there. But how am I going to build a channel if I don't go there? So I got to stop doing that. I know that. I know that. But fuck, it's hard. Because I'm like OCD over here on the channel that I got 2,600 subs. That I can't get fucking 500 views on every video? Come on, y'all bugging. But it ain't even all y'all, it's the algorithm. The backup channel is there, RPM TV. Y'all go check that out. Rare Fruit. You also asked me, have I seen the new Jones Plantation movie? I haven't seen it yet. I love Larken Rose. He is an internet friend of mine. I've never met him in person, but we have talked. He has watched my videos. He has given me some praises about my material. And he rock with my shit. He thinks that I'm cool, and that's awesome because he's an idol of mine. Not that I idolize anybody, but he delivers information when I was in a state of not understanding what the fuck was going on, but wanting to know where I need to stand in this idea of natural rights. And I found Larken Rose's shit, and he sent shit over the moon. I was like, oh yeah, this the man. Yeah, he know what's up, and this is the way I'm going this way, bruh. I'm going this way. And it was thanks to Larken Rose and a couple other people. Early on when I first broke out this shit. But the Jones Plantation, good movie. Larken Rose offered me when they were way before production, when they were casting this. He offered me a role in that movie. He said, "Come check it out. I'm going to heavily promote you as the fucking role for this particular as the character as the actor for this particular role, Trey. Let's go. This shit gonna suit you well, bruh." Larken Rose told me that. And I didn't want to move or go where they was filming and take a leave from work and shit to go do it. It just seemed like too much. Time-wise, I just couldn't afford to do it at the time in my life. With my job and my kids and shit. My youngest boy he was still real young. He'll be 3 in August. He was super young when Larken pitched this idea to me. But I'm very familiar with the Jones Plantation, the whole story. I'm probably going to watch the movie here this weekend. I haven't seen it yet, but I know that it is available. I am going to post a review about the movie and attach the link to the movie and everything in the video as soon as I watch it. But Larken Rose and the Jones Plantation is going to be a bomb-ass movie that's going to free some motherfucking minds around this motherfucker. And when it does, and I hope Larken gets some financial success from this and he starts getting that thirst for movies because he's been talking about it lately. I just seen a video of his the other day talking about how you can reach people easily with movies because motherfuckers is not going to read no books lately, and movies encompass music, visuals, human interaction, all of this other shit, the theatrics, the cinematography. I know that I'm an aspiring filmmaker. When Larken finds this financial success in this, I'm going to pitch 1 or 2 of my other movie ideas to him to see if he wants to jump on to the next project that I can write and possibly even direct alongside of the guy that directed the Jones Plantation. I've always wanted to be an aspiring filmmaker. I curbed that shit to do this activism about 5 years ago because I said, fuck Hollywood. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Independent films, maybe. But right now, I want to talk my shit. This is awesome because then it led me to this activism inspired in part by Larken Rose. Now he knows who I am. Maybe he'll be the link of me reconnecting with my film aspirations. And that'll be dope. So if you know Larken, tell him to watch this video. Tell him I said that. I should have tagged him in it or something. I might have to add him in the comments. I think that works on YouTube. I might have to add him and tell him to check this out. But I got films, bro, that are set in modern day that'll look like gangster movies. There's a lot of fucking violence and guns and aggressive shit going on. And the whole time it is about freeing the minds of the people to the idea that government has gone fucking crazy, that they always they're supposed to do. And then we really have no other recourse really, but peaceful non-compliance, and then a revolutionary reaction to their bullshit, and a defensive revolution. We're supposed to be fighting a defensive revolution by waiting for them to spark the first spark. And I got two movies that illustrate that well, and it's in a modern setting. And anybody who likes action movies, action crime movies, where there's some crime going on, there's some thug, and motherfuckers are getting shot, and shit is going crazy. I mixed that with the idea of guys coming together to focus on the fiat money system, and a revolution. Is dope. Larkin, bro, become a film producer. Make that what it is that you do, bro. I got two movies for you. Let's make this happen. I think this is what's supposed to happen in my life, bro, because it worked out too well. I curbed my film career right on time to do this, to meet somebody who actually took their activism into film. Crazy. Larkin, we right here, bro. You should fucking contact me. We should do this. I'm going to watch that Jones Plantation. Like peanut butter, and people are going to love that shit. It's going to free some minds. I guarantee it. Who tripping? What's going on in here? What's going on in here? Look within. What's going on in here, bro? I wish I owned a janitorial company. Oh, you buy that movie too? Hell yeah, bro. I'm telling you. Like, the Jones Plantation is going to be dope. I understand the setting and the slavery and shit like that. But for all of the people who are so entertained by the modern world, today's world, I mixed gangster thug fucking action movie with revolutionary shit, and it's going to blow your mind. I don't know. I be so full of passion and emotion when I talk about the film thing, which I don't talk to y'all enough about. I don't even mean to toot my own horn, but I'm telling you, Hollywood can't fuck with me, bro. They just can't. I've been inspired by Robert Rodriguez, Quentin Tarantino, Scorsese, and all these other things, and I think my movie a phone. But hey, I gotta get my ass into work. I should have been going. Like, I'm bugging right now. I'm super late. Peace and love to y'all, man. I love talking to y'all. I gotta ride.